Is the Quran a science book, or is it something else entirely? This question comes up a lot, and it's an important one. We live in an age of scientific discovery, so it's natural to look at ancient texts through that lens. Many people point to verses in the Qur'an and that seem to describe the natural world with incredible accuracy, long before modern science could confirm them. And it's true, these verses are fascinating. But does that make the Quran a book of science? Let's explore this together. First, what does the Quran actually claim to be? Over and over, it describes itself with a specific word, hudan. This means guidance. It calls itself a book of signs, of wisdom, and a reminder for all of humanity. Its primary purpose isn't to be a scientific textbook, detailing formulas or biological processes. Instead, it aims to guide us in our lives, how to be better people, how to build a just society, and how to connect with our Creator. It's a guide for our hearts and our souls. So, why does science appear in the Quran at all? Think of it this way. The Quran uses the world around us, the sun, the moon, the mountains, the development of an embryo as signs. These aren't meant to be scientific lectures. They are invitations to look at the universe and wonder. They are prompts for reflection. When the Quran speaks of the cosmos, it's asking us to think, who created all this? What is its purpose? It uses the familiar world to point towards an unseen reality. These signs are meant to spark curiosity and awe, leading a person to contemplate the bigger questions of life. The goal is spiritual insight, not just scientific knowledge. This brings us to a key difference: guidance versus textbooks. A science textbook is updated every few years. New discoveries change our understanding, and old theories are discarded. A textbook's job is to give us the latest facts. A book of guidance, on the other hand, is timeless. Its message about morality, purpose, and our relationship with God is meant to be relevant for every generation, regardless of their scientific knowledge. If the Quran were a science textbook from the 7th century, it would be outdated. But as a book of guidance, its core message remains constant. It's not here to teach us how to build a rocket, but to ask us why we should reach for the stars in the first place. So why does this distinction matter so much today? Viewing the Quran as a science book can actually limit its profound message. It can turn a source of spiritual guidance into a checklist to be proven or disproven by modern science. This can create a fragile faith, one that rises or falls with the next scientific discovery. But when we see the Quran as a book of signs and guidance, it opens up a much deeper relationship with it. It becomes a companion for reflection, a source of comfort, and a moral compass. It encourages both faith and reason without making one dependent on the other. It invites us to be people of both deep spiritual conviction and intellectual curiosity. Ultimately, the Quran points to the harmony between observing the universe and understanding our place within it. It's not about finding science in a religious text, but about finding a spiritual dimension in the world that science so beautifully describes. It encourages us to use our minds to see the signs all around us and let that lead us to a state of gratitude and wonder. So, what are your thoughts? How do you see the relationship between faith and reason, between ancient scripture and modern discovery? Share your reflections in the comments below. Thanks for watching.